Hello, my friends. It's been a while, but I wanted to come back to you with one of our weekly video bites. This one is an emergency alert because we are in a national security emergency. Now, most people in America are thinking about their vacations now in August, and they are going to visit friends and neighbors, and that's great. Or perhaps they're watching the early stages of the congressional, not the congressional campaigns, but rather the presidential campaigns, particularly on the Republican side, but also some interesting moves on the Democratic side. But I'm here to tell you that we are in a national security emergency, and the resolution of it won't wait. This involves Iran, but more. It involves the Ayatollahs and the civil and military and clerical leaders of Iran who still mean to destroy and annihilate Israel, and they mean to attack America. And nothing has changed with this Iran nuclear deal that the Secretary of State has negotiated and the President has sent to the Congress for 60-day approval. The approval period ends September 17th. So I need you to go to your members of Congress, your senators and your representatives, be they Republicans or Democrats, and tell them that the United States is at risk, not just Israel, not just the Arab Gulf states, but we are at risk from nuclear-tipped missiles from Iran. And if the time is not now, it is soon. And we can't wait until early 2017 when a new president comes in, and as many of them have said, they will change that agreement or scrap that agreement. That will be too late. And here's why. I have inside information from Israel, from talented scholars, professors who speak fluent and read and write fluent Farsi, the main language of Iran, and they have analyzed all the materials, the official materials of Iran's, particularly in the school system, the curricula and teaching materials from the past 35 years. And what have they found? Not that these materials attack Israel or the Jews primarily, but that they attack America. In a high percentage, like 95 or 98% of those materials attack what Iran's leaders call the Great Satan. That is the United States of America and you and I. And what does that mean? That means that the nuclear weapons, which have not been stopped by this agreement that the Secretary of State negotiated and the President sent to Capitol Hill, those nuclear weapons are aimed primarily at us, and they must be stopped at once. That's why I need you to go to our website, www.cipaconline.org, and send your emails to your senator and representative as they're prepared there for you to send them. And we need to get our senators and representatives all to vote against that agreement. But this is not just a no vote. We have a unique plan and program. I am the man with the plan to stop Iran. That's what I've been shown. And what does this comprise? First, it's sending the Secretary of State back to the table for negotiations with Iran. And this time, instead of just the nuclear issue, even that wasn't handled sufficiently in the Vienna Agreement because there's not real verification or any-time inspections, and a number of other things are missing from it. But not only to get that issue right, but to cover the other issues that we have with Iran. The threats of genocide against Israel and America, as I've mentioned. The sponsorship of terrorism throughout the Middle East and the world. The sponsorship of dictators like Bashar al-Assad of Syria, the suppression of their people, in which there's no real democracy, and people are being hanged in the streets, in the town squares of Tehran and other cities every day, in greater numbers even than before this agreement. And last but not least, there is the whole issue of Iran's spreading its influence throughout the world, but also imprisoning 4 Americans and many others on specious charges without real justice or fair trials, and keeping them in prison, in terrible prisons, and sometimes executing these prisoners. So all of these things must change. And we have ways to have that the Ayatollahs, to get the Ayatollahs' attention and to get the attention of the president of Iran by using the same tools that we used during the Cold War, or updated versions of those, to end the evil empire, as President Reagan called it, the Soviet Union, and bring an end to the Cold War. We'll talk about these issues more next week, but go to our website and you'll see we're the ones with the plan to stop Iran, and you are critical to it. So go to your senators and your representatives now, make appointments for early September, when we are going to have lobby days in Washington, the 8th, 9th, and 10th of September, and if need be, the 11th, and then the following week up till the 17th, when this vote takes place, if need be. But we are going to be lobbying. We're going to be pounding the halls of Congress. We also want you at the grassroots, if you can't come to Washington, if you can't be here with us, to be going to the district offices and the state offices. We'll talk more about this in the weeks ahead, but I wanted to give you this emergency alert, a heads up to tell you America's at risk, and I need your action to help stop Iran. Thanks very much. Talk to you next week.